In this analysis, I'm taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and gold. First, I'm going to start with Bitcoin because there's been a lot of buzz about Bitcoin, and yes, we're in a bear market. But how long that bear market is going to last for, I cannot tell you. In retrospect, we can see clearly that Bitcoin stuck with the 4 year cycle. It's remained the most effective and the most accurate prediction of Bitcoin's topping out. And that ended, which was last year. We saw the peak around last year, October 2025, also price hit highs of 125K. And right now, we're clearly in the bear market and prices, been dipping. But then let's see what exactly is happening on the market and where we are today, and also what can we expect. First, I'm going to show this. Let's see what we have here with Bitcoin on the macro chart. Clearly, we can see that price has topped out already. I'm going to show you this first in this analysis where I did the possible case scenario. Of course, clearly had this wrong. We didn't get this reverse movement. Neither scenario one or scenario two was accurate. Both of them was wiped out because the bear narrative kicked off and a lot of things happened in the market. So now we can see the price is currently sitting around this level, which is the key area of interest, and these are XR level. This is a support zone, and based off on the last all-time high. Now this is a very significant area because this is the point where we had the ETF interest into the market. So remember before the market even had the fourth halving, we had already surpassed the previous all-time highs and market made a new high. So this was the point that was triggered by ETF. So it's a very significant level, and I believe that a lot of market participants, I'm going to take this out to just give some clarity. A lot of market participants will be looking at this level because this is where we have most of the institutions come in, and not just the retail, unlike the past rallies where it's often uh, mainly driven by retail market analysis, retail intake into the market rather. So when we get this current cycle, we can see that we didn't really have a typical bull run. Like I said, this year we didn't have a good bull run, very similar to what we had the last cycle. We had a very strong rally, which was not just the Bitcoin rally, but also with the crypto cycle. Like you can see with the Ethereum chart, we had a very strong rally for the last cycle. But this year, there was no bull market because Ethereum did not make a new all-time high, and of course, Ethereum is the mover of all altcoins. If Ethereum does not move, altcoins don't really move. Last year, of course, we saw a good run on Bitcoin, but it was not a general crypto run. It was mainly driven by ETF inflow. And that was the beginning, of the ETF institutional investment into crypto. And now, what I believe has happened is that the market has gone to a maturity stage where it's no longer driven by just hype or just the retail interest, pumping the market as usual. We'll get a banana movement. Right now, we're seeing a large scale interest, both institutions, both sovereigns, both the government, and I think it's only going to get much more higher. There's a lot of talks about integrating the blockchain network into the stock market, and all this is going to definitely kick off very soon because the world is literally going fully on the internet. We can see the powerful play with AI, and I think that's going to have a cascading effect in the financial market as well. A lot of things are going to be fully, digitized, and there's no need for the whole traditional financial system. We're going to see a lot of things happen in the blockchain coming up very, very soon. So if you look at this chart, we can clearly see that the Bitcoin is in a macro ascending triangle. And now this is simply market structure analysis. I'm not making any prediction. I'm simply just telling you guys how the market behave and how market structure tend to work with chart patterns. Now look at the chart of gold. This is gold was in a very long, accumulation phase in this sort of ascent triangle formation, and that started from the time of the financial crash in 2008 up till 2023 before we saw the breakout around early 2024. So look at this. For a long period of time, gold was just simply consolidating within this zone, and then we saw the parabolic movement after the breakout. Now this is a macro scale. Of course, in the daily time frame, it look very different, but you just try to get the picture I'm trying to say. Whenever we get this kind of formation, there are two possible breakouts we expect. Now, a possible bearish breakout, it could happen, or a possible bullish breakout, it could also happen. But the ascending triangle is often more bullish than bearish. Now, when you look at this is the height of the formation. This is how you take a conservative target of the move after the breakout. Now this is our breakout level, and this is the potential gain. And you saw that gold literally topped out around this level. Now early 2004, I will not believe that gold will move from $1,000 plus or $2,000 up to $5,500. I think topped at around 5,500. Yeah, 88. That was a lot. So this didn't make sense as a then because it looked almost impossible. The asset class is already very large. What would have been a driving factor? But there you go. At the end of the day, we saw that happen, and gold, made that another move, which was very unlikely and really seen before. It takes a while, but that happened within a very short period of time. And we can see the last time that happened was around there during the post the 2008 financial crash. We saw that movement happen from here. After the bottom, we got that by 1,000 days. That's roughly like 3 years. And so see what happened here too in this current cycle. We saw that happen around the same 1,000 days. We're going to take it from the peak from this level here. So we have the same movements, very strong banana movement, and we're seeing exactly the same thing with Bitcoin and also Ethereum. Now look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum. We still see the same, initial. This is the initial movement we had from gold, from reception, where gold moved early, got to this first all-time high before the crash. And after the crash, we saw this. And look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was born after the crash already happened. And now we saw that first initial movement. And now we're seeing this formation again in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, considered as the digital gold. So it tends to have similar, price concept or price acceptance with gold. Now, Bitcoin is already into the macro scale. That means that a lot of sovereigns, a lot of institutions are going to be getting into cryptocurrencies. They're going to be purchasing and holding Bitcoin. So it's not just we on Binance or we on our ledger balance keeping Bitcoin as retail, or a few Bitcoin holders. Those people call the whales. But right now, we're going to see institutions having Bitcoin in their portfolio, banks having Bitcoin in their portfolio, given to their users, government having Bitcoin in the balance sheet. And these are not people who just buy and sell whenever they feel like, or based on emotional trading. These are people who keep for long-term storage. That's the reason why the price of gold is often very solid. And the most recent move, we saw that we had that 20% dump was very, very rare. It doesn't happen a lot of time. It takes a while for that to happen. But of course, look at the run of gold. So that doesn't even feel like a big deal. Looking at the macro view of the charts, it feels like there's a little dip in the market. Then in Bitcoin right now, we're going to see something very similar to when institutions start holding Bitcoin. They don't sell out of emotion, they don't sell out of just mere sentiment. They take time before they make any move, and it's often declared. So you're going to see a lot of accumulation of Bitcoin, and a lot of people are going to be holding this for a long time view and for bigger purchases. So now let's see what can likely happen. Now, if we get the same movement that we see on gold, based on the market structure, based on the chart pattern movement, we're going to see Bitcoin start moving towards $1 million. Now, once again, this is not a prediction. I'm not trying to predict what will happen in the market. I'm just saying this is what the chart pattern is telling us, that if we get the same movement, this is what we're going to see. Now, I've always said we have not seen a bull market yet. And the reason I'm saying that is because we've been in an accumulation era. A bull market often comes with a parabolic move, right? We always tend to see that parabolic move, just as we saw on gold. You can see this is the consolidation period, with a long period of time, and then we saw this parabolic bull run that lasted for over 3 years, from 2020 to 2023, and this is 2026. And probably we might have topped out, probably might have not, never can tell. So if you look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin has been in this long, sort of a bullish channel formation, and I'm going to pick up this one because this is most recent market activity. I think I had this in the smaller time frame. Yeah, what we had, I'm going to show that again. What we had it here. This is the weekly time frame, and this is the consolidation period we had, and then this is a drop down. So we're currently around this level, which is a support level. Like I said, this is where institutional interest picked up, and I think this is going to be, if we don't bottom out around this level, price may likely, this is also old, we'll take that out, price may likely drop down a little bit more before it returns back. But I don't think we're going to see a long bear market as we used to see. I could be wrong as well, but that's just my opinion. So back to this chart. If we get this, we can see a typical, breakout like we had here and price retest and followed by a breakout. Typical movement, we get a clear breakout and we see price coming back to retest the market, and then we'll see the run up. So this is what's going to cause the parabolic run. I don't know how long this is going to last for, but I strongly think that the 4 years bear market narrative, yes, it's solid, it's been very effective, but I strongly think that that might be coming to an end, because right now we're not really working based on just having cycles. We're not really working based on the sentiments of retail traders. We're working based on macro and institutional purchase, and they think differently, they price the market differently. The market has actually gone to matured, a very strong maturity stage, which means that we shouldn't be seeing, prolonged, bear market cycle. Look at gold, the same thing. We saw the bear market after the crash, the recovery was very fast. Seemed like again we had this movement, but then recovery is very fast. So right now, Bitcoin is considered it as gold. Bitcoin has not experienced that strong bull market rally, and I think it's going to see it happen very soon. Based on all the fundamentals that are in place, all the reports we're getting, the interest is increasing, everything is poised for a strong bullish movement. I'm going to see that very soon. So this is what I'm expecting. I think we're going to see a bounce off at this support level. This is a very significant support level. If we possibly break below this level, yeah, price could dip much further, but I don't see that likely happening. A lot of people think of Epstein powers and the Epstein hawks, price could actually go back down to zero. No, it's a very common talk, but that's very unlikely. I think we're going to see market recover very soon, either at this level or possibly deep below, but I don't think it will last for long. I think this is a strong, significant level, which we see an all-time buy, like a massive, strong buy points. I think a lot of people are going to buy at this level because I don't think it's going to break down really. But anyways, I'm going to see what's happening in February, in March, a month from now. We're going to check and see what the market does. But I think we're currently at an all-time low, and buying at this point will be strongly a very good entry, a very strong good entry for anyone who's taking it buy. But this is a support level, this is a strong support level, this is a strong support level. And look at this chart. This is clearly telling you that if we get the bouncer from this level and price breaks out here, Ethereum is looking towards $202,000. It sounds ridiculous right now, but it's very possible. Same way gold sounded ridiculous to be worth $5,000 right now. But it happened, right? So same way we're saying BTC possibly going to be worth $1 million. I don't know how long it's going to take for that. Maybe 3 years from now, maybe 4 years from now. What I'm trying to say is this: we are going to see a long bullish period. So while a lot of people are expecting a bear market that's going to last for another 3 years, see you guys in 2028, I'm thinking, excuse me, by 2028 we'll be far gone. And while a lot of people are waiting for the base, the typical base for the cycle would be in October, November for the price to bottom out. But if right now we're moving this fast and we hit the support level, which is around 60K, that's like the base based on the trend line. But this is an imaginary part, right? This is our major support level. And this one here is what I'm going to be basing my analysis on, and that's about currently where we are right now. With currently support area, that's for my resistance, new support area. And I strongly believe that we should see price, bounce up from this level and, start retracing back up. So I'm looking forward to this. And this is just the market structure. Like I said, this is not a prediction. This is simply just market structure, chart pattern formation, and, the typical conservative targets based upon the chart pattern. So expect a rebound from this point, and this will be a strong, long, very long bull run, typical to what we see in gold. Very typical also in gold, and I believe the same is going to be for Ethereum. So guys, prepare. The biggest, largest alt season is coming up soon, and this is not just going to be for 1 year quick pump and dump. I think it's just a few strong alt assets, those ones with strong potentials are going to make the great move, because a lot of the other low hype projects are going to fade off quickly. A lot of people are more aware of the market. A lot of people are more involved. A lot of regulatory clarity is coming up soon, and 2026 is going to be massive year for every one of us. We've been in a long consolidation period. Once again, we've not seen the bull market since 2021, all-time highs up to now. Market has been consolidating. This is not a bull market. This is a period of consolidation. and the bull market is yet to happen. Hopefully, we get a breakout very soon. Perhaps it might still linger till October, and satisfy the 4-year narrative. No one knows, but I strongly believe that when we get these breakouts, which will happen very soon, it might happen this year, it might happen end of the year, but it will definitely happen very soon. This is probably at the all-time lows. I don't know how low Ethereum is gonna go. Perhaps it might drop to 1 to 700. I don't know, but these are already 2021 lows. These are 2021 lows, and it's really really ridiculous. So when we get this level, get this breakout from this point, I strongly believe that we should see a massive bullish run for both Ethereum, for both Bitcoin as well. Cheers, and I hope you found this content very helpful. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'd like to see what you think of the market and what you think we are heading forward to. Bye.